RAFIZI RAMLI'S defeat, a parallel to KHAIRY JAMALUDDIN'S political journey. What the fall of Malaysia's brightest reformist says about party politics, by AZLAN ADNAN. A resounding defeat. In the 2025 People's Justice Party (PKR) leadership election, incumbent Deputy President Datuk Seri RAFIZI RAMLI suffered a resounding and unequivocal defeat at the hands of Vice President Nurul Izzah Anwar. Nurul Izzah secured 9,803 votes, a commanding 71.72% of the total, while RAFIZI garnered only 3,866 votes, or 28.28%. The margin, 5,937 votes, was not only substantial but symbolic, suggesting a deep realignment within PKR's grassroots and a shift in the party's internal ideological tide. For a figure long considered PKR's intellectual spearhead and moral conscience, the result is nothing short of dramatic. The KHAIRY parallel. This outcome invites comparison to another reformist figure who once embodied youthful hope and progressive vision, KHAIRY Jamaluddin. KHAIRY, too, was once a political golden boy, groomed, articulate, and immensely popular among urban and younger voters. Yet, like RAFIZI, his political path was eventually undercut not by public disapproval, but by the entrenched inertia of party machines resistant to reformist overhauls. RAFIZI's defeat thus echoes KHAIRY's fall from UMNO grace, with both exits underscoring the steep toll exacted on those who challenge the status quo within deeply hierarchical political parties. A reformist. Through and through, RAFIZI's political identity has always been defined by idealism, technocratic competence, and a fierce commitment to transparency and good governance. From his early days exposing financial scandals to his pivotal role in PKR's 2018 electoral victory, he has stood as a reformist beacon within Malaysian politics. His 2022 return to active politics was met with cautious optimism, viewed as an intellectual counterbalance to the more populist instincts within the party. Yet, despite, or perhaps because of his outspokenness, RAFIZI never fully ingratiated himself with the party old guard. Nash. RAFIZI versus Anwar. Who is the true reformist? In many ways, RAFIZI embodies the reformist ideal even more consistently than his mentor, Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim. While Anwar's political journey has been marked by cycles of persecution, power, and pragmatism, RAFIZI has remained steadfast in his advocacy for institutional accountability and clean governance. Anwar, though a symbolic figure for reformasi, has often pivoted toward political expediency, striking deals with former foes and maintaining ambiguous stances in times that demanded clarity. RAFIZI, on the other hand, took risks with little to gain personally. He sacrificed a promising corporate career to expose financial scandals, faced 16 court cases, 7 criminal and 9 civil, and endured a suspended 3-year sentence under the Official Secrets Act, all for exposing corruption. He remained outspoken even when it isolated him within the party. Unlike Anwar, whose strategic silence often mirrored political calculation, RAFIZI spoke truth to power, regardless of who wielded it. Reform deferred, not defeated. The 2025 election served as a stark referendum on that idealism. By choosing Nurul Izzah, Anwar's daughter and a proxy for the president's inner circle, PKR has signaled a retreat from the reformist ethos RAFIZI represented. The grassroots may have voted for familiarity, but they lost a voice of principle. Nurul Izzah's win is widely perceived to signal a consolidation of influence around party president Anwar Ibrahim. While Nurul Izzah is respected in her own right, her candidacy also symbolized the party's tilt back toward dynastic familiarity and centralized control. For party stalwarts who hoped PKR would evolve into a more democratic and idea-driven organization, RAFIZI's loss is a sobering moment. Grace under pressure. And yet, RAFIZI's concession was anything but bitter. In a moving statement issued after the results were announced, he reaffirmed his commitment to the democratic process and thanked the many ordinary Malaysians who supported him. "We must trust the process. Allah knows best what is good for us," he wrote, words that echo both resilience and surrender to a higher purpose. A strategic pause. This may not be the end of RAFIZI Ramli's political career. If anything, it is likely the beginning of a necessary and strategic pause. Having suffered multiple heart attacks in recent years, perhaps now is the time for him to step back from the political fray, prioritize his health, and reflect on his next move. The truth is, all is not lost. In fact, this enforced break may well become a pivotal turning point. Rafizi remains a formidable thinker and strategist. He has time, intellect, and moral clarity on his side. His contributions to the reform agenda are not confined to titles or party positions. Away from the internal power games of PKR, he could emerge re-energized, more focused, and more effective in shaping Malaysia's national discourse from outside the party's formal hierarchy. Prime Ministerial material. Unlike Nurul Izzah, whose political career has been buoyed largely by familial association, Rafizi's rise has been forged through sacrifice, grit, and a demonstrable commitment to public integrity. It is not unfair to say that he is more prime ministerial in substance than many currently in the running. The electorate, particularly the urban middle class and the politically aware youth, have not forgotten that. The arc of political change is long, and reform is never linear. But Malaysia still needs leaders of Rafizi Ramli's caliber, leaders who speak plainly, think rigorously, and act boldly. His silence now may only be the prelude to a greater role in the chapters to come. Reform is wounded, yes, but not dead. And Rafizi, though fallen for now, may yet rise again. A heartfelt light. To every soul whose hand did give, you've helped me dream, helped me live. In darkest hours your light came through, with hearts so kind, so pure, so true. Your gifts, like stars in deepest night, have steered me gently toward the light. Each coin, each word, each silent prayer, a thread of hope so rich, so rare. My eyes once dimmed now seek the skies, and slowly clearer visions rise. Because of you, I dare to see the world again. Its grace, its plea. Your compassion's flame will not just stay with me alone. It lights the way for others wandering through despair to feel the warmth of selfless care. You've shown what love in action means, in quiet ways through giving scenes. You've built a bridge from soul to soul and made the broken feel more whole. So let this thanks rise like a song, a melody both soft and strong. May your example gently call more hearts to rise to give. To fall into the joy of lifting pain, of planting hope where none remains. Your kindness walks beside me still, a light, a love, a living will.
don't forget to hit that subscribe button to show your support.